everybody, and welcome to our advanced class here at SEDA College Online. I'm your teacher, Lydia, and today we're going to talk about phones and technology. But before we do, I just want to give a little bit of time for everybody to show up and be able to be here to participate with us. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit more about the other stuff that we offer at sedacollegeonline.com. We have incredible classes. I've had the lucky opportunity to be able to start with the company 3 years ago developing this platform, and I've done some great classes on there. There's some other amazing teachers on there too for all different levels and all different interests. So say you're interested in hairdressing or becoming a flight attendant, and it doesn't matter, there's a course for you there with some important vocabulary, grammar, and situational phrases and colloquialisms that would really, really help you out. So I encourage everybody to check that out. And also, I really, really encourage you to check out our podcast. I've had a lot of fun doing it with our team here at SEDA, and I think you guys will really, really enjoy it and find some great different episodes there will help you out. We have about 9 episodes on there. It's on Spotify, so check out our podcast. It's called SEDA Talk. So, what do we need with us today? Well, we always need our notebook. You can see that I've been busy with mine. My notes need a pen or a pencil, a great attitude, and the willingness to learn. Willingness, it's like desire. Willingness to learn. So this is, what is this? The 5th live class that we've done. So it's really, really exciting. We've got great momentum. We've had great support from you guys, students, and, created a lot of buzz. So we're really happy you're here with us. And yeah, I think it's time for us to get started. Cool. So let's take a look at some vocabulary to do with phones and technology. We're going to have verbs, nouns, not really adjectives, mostly like nouns and verbs. Yeah, I think that's it. So let's go. Awesome. Phones and technology. So the pictures we see here are pretty general because, trademarks. So we see a smartphone here, a tablet, and a desktop computer monitor. That's actually the monitor part. I'm sure you guys know a lot of this vocabulary, but I think focusing on pronunciation is really important. So tablet, smartphone, computer, desktop computer, and that's the monitor part that you can see in the photo there. Okay, great. So we're going to start with phones. And, everybody's on their phone all the time. Like, oh my God, I'm on my phone. Oh. But phones are a huge part of our life now. And where I come from in the U.S., we would probably most people would call this a cell phone. But I've been in Europe now for 6 years, so I call it a mobile phone. But everybody says phone. So if you just say phone, that's fine. There's a great song by Lizzo about losing her phone on a night out that I really recommend to everybody. So the first verb that we have here is phone or text. You can say call, but I think everybody knows call. So I just kind of wanted to let you know that you can say phone me. Phone me tomorrow. Phone me next week. I will phone you on Thursday. Phone can be used as a verb, just like text can be used as a verb. You send a text or you text someone. You call someone on the phone or you just phone someone. So that works just as well. Verb here, update. Update. So date is like the day, time, or whatever when something happens, right? Today's date is the 24th of March. But update is to bring that information to the current date, to the newest version of it. So when you update your phone or you update your, Windows, or you update your Mac OS or whatever, that's what you're doing. You're bringing it up to the most current today in the moment technology. Butt dial. This one's kind of fun. I have to act it out a little bit for you. So like butt dial is like when you call on the phone. In the old days, we used to have a phone that went like this. So it's called butt dial because like if you're on your phone and then you put it in your back pocket and then you sit down, especially before in the old type of phones we used to have, the buttons might like call somebody, and sometimes you can still accidentally call somebody. That's what a butt dial is. It's accidentally calling someone. But it often gets confused by learners of English with booty call. A booty call and a butt dial are not the same thing. Okay? A booty call, and again, this can be your booty, your butt. A booty call is when somebody calls you later at night, maybe a former boyfriend or girlfriend, or somebody who's interested in you, because they want to hang out or spend time together. And it's like 10:30 or 11 at night, and you're like, very last minute, you know what they want to do. It's not just hang out. Okay, they want something more than that. That's what a booty call is. So you can say, I got a booty call, making it a noun. Okay? Or I booty called someone, or he booty called me, or whatever. Okay? Then snoop. Snoop. This verb is when somebody is looking for information. So you can snoop and like look around and listen in a lot of different ways, but unfortunately, a lot of people snoop on other people's technology to try to get information or see what they're doing and invade their privacy. So actually, I know someone very close to me in my life who recently had left her phone just on the table when she was going out of the house, and it happened to be still unlocked when she left the phone. The password hadn't come up in the lock screen. So her roommate went and started looking at her phone and all kinds of stuff, and she knows that it happened because she called the phone company and she got in touch with Apple because she has an iPhone and found out that that person had been looking through things on her phone, snooping through her phone for 55 minutes, so almost an hour. That's really weird and creepy. So yeah, hopefully that never happens to you. Snooping is not cool. Don't do it. Don't let anybody do it to you. And if they do, get that person out of your life. Charge. To charge your phone. We use this not just for phones, though. We use it for like every kind of technology that needs to be powered up, to charge it. So I got to charge my phone. Can I borrow your charger? That's the thing, the noun that does the charging. Busy or engaged. So say you need to make a really important call. Maybe you need to call the bank or something like that. And you call and then they put you on hold. Or you call and you just get this sound. I'm not sure if the sound is the same everywhere, but it's like boom, 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 boom. And that's what we call the busy signal. And that means the line is engaged, like it's already being used and they don't have any space for your call to come through. Or busy, same concept. Busy is the kind of informal, engaged would be the formal. Then we have landline or home phone. Home phone is informal, landline is formal. Landline just means that it's connected to a wire, to the wall, like in the ground, part of the landscape. It's not wireless, it's not a mobile phone, okay? A lot of businesses still have those, but most households actually, I think, are getting rid of them. Missed calls. So those are obviously calls. Somebody tried to call you. You could not connect in time. You couldn't pick up the call, so it's a missed call. A lost call is different. A lot of people call them lost calls, or I would say I lost the bus. We need to use missed here in this situation when the time wasn't right. But say you're on the phone with somebody and you're in a place where there's not a very good there isn't very good coverage or reception, meaning there is not a good connection from the wireless company. The wireless connection is bad in that area. There's bad reception, bad coverage. You might have a lost call. I didn't put that one there, but I just thought of it now. So that in that case, you're talking to someone and then it just cuts out, it ends. The call disconnects. That's a lost call, okay? Then signal or bars. On your phone, when you open up your phone and you look up in the corner where it says the company that gives you the service on the phone, and it says like the number of bars, we call those bars, or the connection, the signal, and tells you the strength of that signal, how strong or weak it is. That's your signal or the bars, okay? That's how you talk about it. So you could say, I have no bars. There's no signal here. There's no reception. There's no coverage. The reception's bad. The coverage is bad, okay? Great. Guys, if any of these words are new for you, like totally brand new, I hope I'm helping you with them. You can make a comment right now and let me know if they're brand new for you, because I'd like to know, which words I'm bringing to you are new and fresh and exciting for you. So I'm just going to ask you I'm going to go back and we're going to do a little exercise. I'm going to go back one slide and I'm going to give you a minute to try to remember as many of these words, or look in your notes and write down as many of these new words that have to do with phones as possible. Put them in the comments, okay? And I'll give you a minute to do it, all right? So we're going to go back to this screen, and I'm going to time you. You're going to have 1 minute to remember as much of the new phone vocabulary as possible. 1 minute, go. As usual, I will give you some Spotify music. Something chill. So, just think, key in your brain, connect, and bring back the memory of those words we just talked about, or look at your notes. If you took notes, that's the best way. Awesome. Type them in the comments now. Can't wait to see what you remember. Okay, guys, I think our time is almost up. That's it. Okay, so let's see what you guys have come up with. Did you remember these words? I bet you did. I bet you did awesome. All right, phone or text, right? That can be a verb. Update, verb. Butt dial, verb. Booty call, verb or a noun. And remember, I acted that one out. I showed you my booty. Butt dial, I showed you my butt for that one too. Same thing, right? Snoop, verb. Charge, verb. Busy, the informal. Engaged, the formal. Landline or home phone. Missed calls. Reception. Coverage. Signal. Bars. Okay. Guys, as usual, you're rocking it. Love it. Let's go to computers. Okay. So for computers, we have some really simple kind of verbs and phrasal verbs here. They're all phrasal verbs, actually. I put V for verb. Some people don't differentiate between a phrasal verb and a verb, but a phrasal verb has two parts. So it has a preposition and then a noun or a verb, okay? So boot up is a phrasal verb, or here I'm calling it a verb. And boot up means to turn on your computer. You think about it like, some machines in the past, you used to have to take your foot and, kick with your boot. Kick with your boot. The machine to turn it on. I don't know if you actually ever had to do that, but I know Fonzie and Happy Days used to hit things and they would turn on. So I just always imagine, like, maybe it's a horse. You know, when people were riding horses, they'd have to kick the horse with the boot to make it go faster, turn it on, get the horse to start going. So boot up means to turn on your computer. I know I have crazy examples and I get very physical, but listen, guys, it's all for you. I want you to learn everything in my brain and I'm giving it to you. Okay? I hope it's helping. Boston. Shut down. That means to turn off the computer. Shut down. Plug in. So when you have to give something power and it needs to go into the power source in the wall, that's plug it in. I don't have a plug available at the moment. So when I need to power my computer, I take this part, I plug it into the wall, I plug it in, and it charges the computer. It gives power to the computer. Awesome. So next we have turn down, and that's a verb or phrasal verb, and usually we use that with volume. So like the sound on the device, the computer, the tablet, the TV, whatever. Turn down the volume. Turn up the volume is the next one. Sometimes we say pump up the volume, pump up the volume, dance, 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 dance. Sorry, my 90s childhood is coming back. Click on, like with your mouse, click on something. Update. That's a really important verb. Updating your technology at the right times when you get like you get those little notifications on the screen. You need to update now. The newest version of whatever is available. I've been a person in the past that used to ignore that kind of stuff. I'm telling you now, from me to you, don't ignore it. Because the more you keep things updated, the longer the technology will last you, most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time. There were times when I did not do this, and then maybe I could have gotten another year or two out of something. So I would highly recommend to keep your devices updated and always clear applications or files that you are not using. Delete them. And then what else? We have update, back up. I put this one in yellow because it's really important, and I put a little note here from me to you and actually to myself to help me remember. Backup is when you store or save all the information on maybe a zip drive or a separate drive from your laptop or your computer. That's backing up or storing. It's really, really important if you have important information on your computer that you cannot lose. There's a wonderful episode of an amazing television show that I love about a woman named Carrie, which is set in New York City. Can't say the name of it, but in this specific episode, Carrie is on her laptop and it just quits. Like it just shuts down. It just dies. You can also say it dies, like when it's not coming back. So she brings it to like all these different like tech wizard people, different technology shops, little guys that are supposed to fix it for her. And they all look at her like she's a total idiot because she's never backed up her computer. The whole time she had her laptop, she never once backed it up. So obviously it got so full of files that it just crashed and died. So yeah, always back up your computer, back up your devices. It's super, super important. It's going to save you a lot of time, money, and grief. Grief is like sadness and problems. So yeah, do it. All right, next, phones and technology part 3. This is just like general IT terms. I didn't know whether to put them with phone or computer because they can kind of go for both and some of them are separate. So here we have print out. This is a phrasal verb. That goes with your printer. So when you have to put something on a physical document, you print it out. Could you please print out those files for me? Could you please print out this? And sometimes people just say print. Could you please print that? That works well. Hook up or set up. Hook up here does not mean meet somebody romantically for a night out or a night in. Here, hook up means to connect or set up. So this is when you get like a new phone, a new laptop, a new tablet, whatever, and you're in the beginning, initial setting up, putting together, organizing the settings and inputting your information phase before you start using it, where you're like reading hopefully you read the guide book that's given with it and the instructions, and you go through all the steps and set it up or hook it up. Now, hook it up we use mostly when we're talking about different pieces of technology. So if you have like a desktop and you have the monitor and then you have the tower and you have the keyboard and the mouse, you have to connect all those pieces. That's hooking them up. If you get a new TV with a really great sound stereo system and you're attaching it to the wall in your house, you have to hook that up. So hook up is used more often in those settings, because in the past, a lot of times you actually had things that had to hook in together, connect in together. All right, next, encrypt. Encrypt. Listen, I am not the most technologically savvy or aware or knowledgeable person, but I do know what encryption is to a degree, to a specific degree, in that I understand the idea of it, but I don't understand it in general. So from what I understand, to encrypt something is when you put like special codes in it so that it's difficult to get into, to access. So crypt comes from cryptic. This part here, crypt. Oops, back. Crypt, cryptic. And that's an adjective. If somebody or something is cryptic, it's difficult to understand. It's like it's talking in a code in some other language that you don't understand. So that's encrypt. Guys, if you know all about this technology stuff and you want to teach me and you think you have a great definition, put it in right now. I would love to know, because honestly, get on the comments and let me know what you know. Let's learn together. Next, we have download. And the opposite would be upload. I don't know why I didn't put that there. But so download is when you take something into your device from elsewhere on the internet or whatever. And upload is when you send something out of your device. So plug in. That's when you take this thing and you put it into the wall, right? I think we talked about this. Plug in your device. It's also, I think, some other kind of IT term for parts of a website, like plugins are a part of a website. I don't know a lot about that. Then we have plug or socket. So that part of the wall where the power is that you insert this inside is the plug or the socket. Okay, plug it into the plug or the socket. That's where the power comes from. Hack into. This is when people who are really amazing at technology, not like me, decide to. It's like if you broke into someone's house, and you entered it illegally, uninvited. It's the same thing. These people hack into a website, hack into a database, and get information. Log in or log out. Those are verbs. So when you come here and you visit us at SEDA College Online, you log in, and then maybe you log out after you leave. Scroll up and down. This is really important. So when you have the mouse and you click on something and then you're using this bit and you're going up and down the screen, you're scrolling up or you're scrolling down. And the reason I feel like this one's important to talk about specifically a little bit more is that a lot of advanced students I've had have never learned this. It actually comes from back in the old days when people just had like a long sheet of paper where everything was written out, and that paper was rolled up. So when you opened it, you went like this. That was called a scroll. When the papers were all rolled up together, it's a scroll. And you would open the scroll and, look down and look up. So on the computer, you scroll down, scroll up. Pop up. Something can pop up at you. To pop up is a verb. And then the thing that pops up in your face on the website is a pop-up. So noun and verb. It just popped up in my face. So that's how pop-ups got named. Pull down menu. This is important. So say you have, a form to fill in and there's a space for your answer and there's a little like arrow down. You click on that and all these options come down for you to select. That's a pull down menu. It's a noun. And then put in, key in, or type in phrasal verbs. Say you want to give somebody your phone number, or they want you to give the phone number. They might hand you the phone and say, could you put in your phone number? Could you key in your phone number, or could you type in your phone number? So that's what that's all about. Awesome. So guys, if you have any questions or you're confused about any of these, please would you write down a comment and let me know. I would really, really appreciate that. All right, let's move on. Next, we have phones and technology, part 4. Social media. Unplug. This one I put there because we had unplug before, I think, too. It's a verb, but in this case, it can mean when you decide to take a break. Maybe you're taking a break from social media. You're not looking at Facebook or Instagram or, any of those sites for the moment. You're taking a long break. Maybe you're going away for the weekend, whatever you're doing. That's called unplugging, physically unplugging yourself, disconnecting from that power source, that bit of technology for your own maybe mental well-being and health and zen. You just might unplug for a weekend. Then you have Facebook. This can be a noun or a verb, especially when Facebook was new. People would just say, and even now I think people still say it, Facebook me. Once you knew their full name, you could Facebook them, look them up on Facebook, and connect that way. And now people use it with LinkedIn a lot, actually. LinkedIn, the professional networking site. People would say, LinkedIn me, meaning connect with me on LinkedIn. They're just using the name of the platform now as a verb to say, connect with me on that platform. Facebook stalk, or stalk in general. We don't pronounce the L there. To stalk someone is to follow them around physically. So when you stalk online, it means you look at all their profiles and look for information. It's creepy, and people do it all the time. A lot of people do it just without even realizing. They just start looking at everyone's information, or they meet a new person, and it could be absolutely innocent. But sometimes stalking is taken to another level where it's not good. And that kind of stuff should be reported to the authorities, absolutely. Reported to the police or whoever you have to, where you live. TikTok is a brand new thing. I don't know a whole lot about TikTok. I think it's funny. People share videos with me and stuff. I don't really 100% understand how it works, but I know it's making some people social media celebrities, social media stars. So a TikTok star is a new noun, a new vocabulary word for us. And then YouTuber. Somebody who's on YouTube making a career or making a persona for themselves on YouTube. They have lots of followers. They're really engaged with that platform and giving great content all the time. They are a YouTuber. So one question that I really wanted to highlight, which we get all the time when we're online, maybe we're, logging into a site, paying for something, or, connecting with a new membership or something like that. You get this question all the time. Are you a robot? I mean, even if you were a robot, and someday robots, I believe, will be capable of doing this, you're not going to say you're a robot. They always have this thing that you have to read that's like very difficult to see with numbers and letters and whatever, and that's going to prove that you're not a robot. Someday robots will get smart. You mark my words, and they will be able to fake that stuff and pretend to be us. I said it first. No, I probably didn't say it first. Somebody else said it. But anyway, that's one of my biggest nightmares. Just a little something about me. So yeah, are you a robot? We get that question all the time. So if there's any other like little technology or social media or Facebook words or whatever that you want to share, send them to me. Oh, one I forgot is DM. DM in my time, in the olden days, used to be PM, private message. But now DM is direct message. So that's a thing too. Yeah, just want to let you know about that. I am so happy that you guys joined me here. We hopefully have learned something new. And here's another little real life situation for you with my favorite couple having a little conversation. And it's a conversation about technology. And she has a problem with her computer. And he says, "Did you try unplugging it and plugging it in again?" And she says, "Yes, but someone hacked into it and it's not salvageable." This is a great new word that I hope you adopt. To salvage, just going to here, SALVAGE. To salvage something is to save what is left of it and make it useful again. So here, she's saying it's not salvageable, meaning it's not possible to salvage it. There isn't even a little bit left that I could still rescue and make it useful again. Sounds like she had a little bit of a situation like Carrie in that show I'm not going to mention. So, guys, thank you so much for being here. I love being here with you. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being part of the SEDA College membership, and we're so happy you joined our live classes. If you want more great content, you can always go to sedacollegeonline.com and become a member, subscribe to our website, and get all the content that you could have. Have a great day. Thank you from me to you.